Okay, everybody, welcome to the latest episode of All Too Real 2. My name is Michael E. Holmes II, and with me, as always, is...
It's Sesame, stop slut-shaming women, and Carta.
Is that like one word?
No, it's like...
Several middle names?
The middle name is... The middle name is stop slut-shaming women, in quotation marks. That's the middle name.
It's like on Boy Meets World in the one episode where Topanga has a sister.
I do not remember that
Yeah,
episode.
she's never mentioned again. She's only in one episode. And
so it's like that one episode of what was it? Where the guy went to play basketball and then he never.
Oh, like the Chuck Cunningham syndrome.
Yeah.
The character's name, it was Topanga's older sister, and her name was Nebula Stop the War Lawrence.
What?
That was her full name. Yeah.
Was her family supposed to be like hippies or something? Or...
Yeah. I mean, her dad the first actor to play her dad, because there was like four. The first one was Peter Tork from the Monkees, so very hippie. Yeah. So, oh boy, yeah.
I didn't realize that. I mean, I guess it was a name like Topanga. That does sound kind of like.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's interesting. Cobra Kai is a TV show. Actually, one of the dojos is actually called Topanga Karate. I always thought that was kind of funny.
Well, it's probably because it's out there in California, and Topanga was named after Topanga Canyon, California.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's actually it's an area near Los Angeles. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And in that dojo, they're kind of like hippies too, where they say it's like, remember, we're all friends here, and stuff like that. Like
I think it's near Los Angeles, or maybe it's near it might be more near the like Bay Area where hippies were. So who knows? But yeah, I can't remember where Topanga Canyon is, and I don't really care. I'll look it up later. I'll look it up later. So today on the show, we are not covering Boy Meets World.
No.
Though that would be fun.
Would be actually. I haven't seen it in decades, so
I'm currently like halfway through the series again.
Okay.
I watch it a lot just because it's like one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah.
And I've been listening to the Pod Meets World podcast with Danielle Fishel, Ryder Strong, and Will Friedle. So,
nice.
Yeah. It's a really fun podcast. But they're going very slowly. They're only like halfway through the first season, and they've been doing this show for like months.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, yeah, you're going to get to the season 7 by the time I am like in a retirement home or something,
Yeah, come on, pick up the pace, guys.
Like Will Friedle will be dead or senile by the time they're done recording all these episodes, So, anyways, so... But today we are covering another show that is fun, and this is She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, episode 8, which aired on October 6th, 2022. It was called Ribbit and Rip It. Ribbit and Rip It. It was directed by Kate Coiro and written by Cody Ziegler. Yeah, so, yeah. Initial thoughts here on this episode, Sesame?
I liked it. Not as much as the last one, but it was pretty cool to be introduced to some new characters. There was a conflict of interest plot line going on.
Yeah.
But not the stakes were not as high as
as
with
the Abomination. Yeah.
yeah, but it was a, we had another conflict of interest. Her boss is starting to get a little bit more, have a little bit more personality to him, which is kind of, interesting to see. He's not like totally straight laced like he was in the first episode or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, overall, I mean, I just think it was kind of cool. We had there's some cool action sequences going on. So that was pretty fun. The episode was a little bit longer than the other ones, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to like the 45-minute long episode, or 42 or whatever minutes, but at the same time, having more episodes feels like it's longer, even if it's like the same amount of time.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, I liked the episode. We finally will get the incel crybaby boys to stop complaining about the show. Maybe no, not really. No, but they finally got their wet dream of Daredevil being in the episode, and
I'll still find a way to complain about it.
Yeah, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, but I liked it. I thought it was cool. It was good to see Charlie Cox back again as Matt Murdock. Yeah, good episode overall. I still like the Retreat episode better, but this was good. Great chemistry between the actors and stuff too, which is good. So in this episode, do you want me to start with what happened here?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we first start out with we've got a little scene where Leapfrog Eugene Patillo is like stopping these bad guys from stealing some TVs from a place that looks kind of like a Best Buy sort of thing in the world. He ends up he goes to Jen to represent him because he had a faulty super suit, which was supposed to be fireproof up to like 900 degrees or something, and yet it caught on fire when he was trying to be the vigilante and take down these bad guys. Anyways, there becomes a conflict of interest here when we find out that the suit was designed by Luke Jacobson, and who also makes suits for She-Hulk, and so she has to represent and basically sue her tailor. So,
or at least try to get him to,
or get him to settle.
And plus he also made Daredevil suit because they showed that in
a previous episode.
one of the episodes.
Yeah, that got everybody, all bonerific for Matt Murdock to come on, and then he didn't for a few episodes, and everybody got, oh, they're just trying to fool us. He's not even going to be there.
It's like they showed him in one of the trailers that he was there, and then
yeah. But I mean, the thing is, it's like watching the Drew Carey show and being upset that Lewis isn't in an episode.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. Is like this show is called She-Hulk.
Exactly.
And we had 2 episodes straight in a row where Juan was like a major character in it. I think it was 2, or maybe it might have been even 3. I don't remember now. But we had the yeah, I think it was 2 because
it was 2 that he showed up, like one where he was a major character in it, the other one where he was like a semi-major character in it.
He was a sort of and then so episode 3 was the one where she was fighting demons and stuff, I think. And then he was like a major. So and she even mentions too, like who's remember whose show this really is, which is interesting because again it kind of proves the point of these incels and whatnot, and these people who like don't want women in comic books because, well, they'll say, well, it's not that, it's just that we, want them to be exactly the way we want them to be, which is whatever.
It's like buying that one Counting Crows album that had that Big Yellow Taxi song on it that Vanessa Carlton sang with them on, or was it was Vanessa Carlton, I think, or was it? Yeah, it was. But you get the album and you realize, wait, that's only the single version. It's not on the actual album, and you're really upset. You're really upset because you bought a Counting Crows album and expected Vanessa Carlton.
Right.
So you're buying She-Hulk and expecting Daredevil.
Right, or whoever else.
It makes no sense here, people. It's called She-Hulk Attorney at Law.
What's interesting though about that though is too, and that's the point I'm trying to circle back to. I'm trying to emphasize. I'm trying to explain this better than I am. Is that so? The show is called She-Hulk, and ostensibly it's supposed to be about her, but like the show has given so much of its time, to other characters.
Yeah.
Which all shows do this to some extent, but like not to the degree that I have seen, at least in any of the other shows.
I don't know. I think they give her a fair amount of screen time in comparison to like Miss Marvel or other characters.
Well, I don't know. I just think that like even with that, where it's not just all She-Hulk, it's still not enough because it's a show about She-Hulk. Like so basically, some people will not be. That's the point I'm trying to make. Some people will not be satisfied unless there's a show called She-Hulk where she only appears like in one episode.
Oh yeah.
Because, God forbid you have a show about a woman character where she's like the main or the overwhelming main focus.
They would prefer the show be all about men, basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. And I'm not saying everyone thinks this way. I'm just saying that there is a contingent of comic book quote fans, which I'm not even sure you can really call them fans, but whatever, they think they're fans, just freak out over this, because to them it's like, oh well, representation shouldn't be cheap, it should be authentic and natural. And it's just like, I hate to break this to you, no progressive change in any society has ever been authentic or natural or incremental. It's always been done by like revolutionary forces or something that speeds up the process in what you would consider to be, quote, an unnatural way. Every society, it's always been the same case. So what you're really arguing is, just let them wait another 100, 200 years and then people will finally be ready to no, sorry, we don't have 200 years. We're not doing
and the thing is, it's like in the real world, if things naturally happen, which they do, we are all kind of the stars of our own movie or TV show.
Yeah.
Like, the rest of the people in the world are the supporting actors. In the Mike Show or the Sesame Show or the or the incel living in his parents' basement show.
Hey, the basement is fine. It's not. It's just the incel part that's bad.
Yeah. But yeah,
basements are cool. I mean, come on.
Oh,
well, unless they're flooded, then it's not cool. But
or if they're haunted. But but wait.
Drafty or or smells like mothballs or
or there's a torture chamber down there.
All those things.
Or you bricked in your friend because he didn't want to sell you this wine or something, Anyway, so we got
exactly a wine star.
Sorry.
I didn't mean to go on a
no, but basically, what it is, it's like you're watching She-Hulk's movie, her TV show. It's not like we're watching Daredevil. He's a supporting actor in this world, and we're not watching Wong. He's a supporting actor in this show. So be happy with the little bit of time you get of them on the show.
Yeah.
And don't think that that's the only reason to watch the show, because like I said, it's like, it's like anything in the world. It's like going to, taco restaurant and expecting to get a burger.
Right.
Yeah, they might serve burgers, but that's not what they're known for.
It's probably not going to be that great.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be the main. Yeah, plus too, if people just gave the show a chance and just watched it all the way through, it gets better with each episode. I mean, it's a slow burn, obviously.
Yeah. Is it the best show? No. Are there major flaws? Yes. But so are there with, everything out there. There's major flaws with Stranger Things. There's major flaws with Game of Thrones, I assume. I've never seen it. But you know what I mean? It's like whatever people like, there's flaws with it.
Me either. I've never seen a single episode of Game of Thrones.
But I'm assuming there's something wrong with it because people complain about it. So I'm just saying.
People hate the last season, apparently. I don't know why.
I don't know either, and I don't really care because I'm not going to jump into into like a million episode TV series like now. That's off.
I might have to now because of the show The House of the Dragon, because I've heard that's really good, and that's supposed to be a prequel. So then, if I watch that, then I'm gonna know secrets about Game of Thrones because they're gonna probably like, oh, that's where that comes from.
Or you can do just what I'm doing and not watch either. I'm joking.
Well, I do want to watch House of the Dragon because it looks really good. So I might have to just bite the bullet or the razor or the axe or whatever they do when they torture people in that show or boil them alive or whatever. That I'm gonna have to go sit through like 80 episodes that are like 50 minutes long.
Yeah.
Just then watch House of the Dragon.
Which by that time will be in its third season. No, I'm
probably. I don't watch long TV shows. That's the thing too.
Yeah.
I know. At first, I was kind of pissed that She-Hulk episodes were too short, but now I actually like it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, 25 minutes, I'm done. Cool. I don't need to watch this for another 20
You can
minutes.
Go on with your life and do other things that day.
Yeah.
You're not sitting down and like having to make an appointment to watch a TV show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Which has its benefits and its downsides, because appointment television is okay too.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back to the show.
Yeah, sure.
we get we get a court. We get to the court. We have a because she can't. First, she tries to get Jacobson to settle. He won't do it, and then he basically says, "Fuck you! I'm not making you a dress." Because I hate you now. And so we end up in the courtroom. Jacobson's sitting there by himself. Leapfrog and Jen are at their little desk, and
desky desk, yeah,
and they then in walks Jacobson's lawyer after the he's a little late, and it's Matt Murdock. Who we've all been waiting for.
I mean, we saw him in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
We're like, yes.
And so during the court hearing here, Leapfrog inadvertently reveals that he disobeyed Jacobson's instructions for using the suit and used jet fuel in it.
Idiot.
My question is, can you just like walk into the BP station and be like, "Hey, can I get some jet fuel?"
Yeah. Well, the thing is though, like her what's her boss's name? I always forget his name.
Oh shit.
It doesn't matter, but whatever. That guy. Basically, his father's like a rich client, so therefore his son.
He probably has connections to get jet fuel.
So he probably just found some broker or something, whatever.
But I was asking for personal reasons here. Can I walk over to the BP station or the Circle K or something and get myself some jet fuel?
Well, not Circle K. You might be able to find some traction at a BP, maybe.
I mean, the Circle K has gas pumps. I was thinking maybe one of those.
Yeah. Why would you even? My whole thing is, I mean, obviously, we're supposed to know that this guy's an idiot. He's not really
Yeah.
leapfrog, or at least he's not the leapfrog in the comic books, because that guy was supposed to be kind of like a villain, sort of.
Yeah, I mean, and really putting the jet fuel in that is like trying to shave your face with a sword.
It's just stupid.
Yeah, it's overkill, you know.
It is like how high were you planning to jump? And for one thing, his suit doesn't have any kind of like shocks in it, like because every time he falls down, he ends up breaking his leg or something. So it's like there's no like shock repellent.
Yeah.
You know, from jumping high and then you fall down and then you're going to be okay. Like just a terrible. And so my whole thing is, was he trying to be a superhero at this stage, or was he just?
I think he was basically, in a lot of ways, I think he was trying to be like the Batman of his town, even though that's DC. But he's like a vigilante who's trying to stop people, and but like kind of like a bargain basement Tony Stark sort of thing,
I mean,
yeah,
yeah, because he has the personality of Adrian Chase from Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Fighting. It's interesting because the guy who plays Pug actually played Adrian Chase / vigilante in Arrow.
Yeah.
So that's like an interesting little thing right there. But like, and I mean, yeah, like he can't fight. I just, yeah. Jet fuel, why? Like, that's the dumbest idea ever. And
yeah, it's overkill.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so
your shoes or your boots.
So yeah, we've got we find that out. So then Jen loses the case, obviously, and basically Jacobson says he's not gonna make her any suits or anything in the future, or her dress for anything.
Petty guy, dude. It's like, really?
Yeah.
Like, her job to do these things. Like, yeah, she even told him, it's really uncomfortable and she doesn't want to do this, but it's part of her job. Like,
yeah, but
about it.
Still, she was helping him get sued. So
no, she tried to stop that from even happening. No, but whatever.
Yeah. She's guilty by association. So afterwards, we get a little scene in the bar, and Jen has bought a drink by Matt. She's bought JD from Scrubs' favorite drink, an Appletini. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking the whole time.
Yeah.
JD always ordering an Appletini.
which was like, cute because it's green and,
Yeah. But like, I never even heard of an Appletini until Scrubs, and JD
I know.
was always getting that.
So yeah, the good old John Dorian special there. And we've got the they have so Matt comes over and they talk, and they're getting their flirt on. Really good chemistry between these two actors. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
It was really cool. She's trying to figure out why he's in town. He says that, he's got this thing where he didn't say what kind of suits, but that Jacobson made him a couple suits. So he owed him. And he was also talking about the fact that there's, one for them and one for us sort of thing when it comes to being a lawyer, where he can do one of these like big cases and then do a small case where, pro bono or something.
Well, yeah, he's got money to be able to do it for free.
So I mean, and the thing is we're still not sure if this is the same Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, that we saw in the Netflix TV series. There's nothing to contradict it yet. Even, I mean, I have not watched the whole thing, but I guess the guy who made his suits in that show, who was a character in there, went away to jail towards the end of the series. And so there is the possibility that, I don't have this guy to be able to make me suits. who do I go to? You know, this Jacobson guy is making suits for all these other people. I'll contact him, you know. That's probably where that comes into play. So it doesn't negate the fact that that other guy existed in the Daredevil series. So,
right. Why does he need a new suit though? Is it just that he just wants more, or just like
it could get damaged, or you know?
Oh yeah,
yeah. Or he just wants, you know, you don't want to wear the same suit every night because then they'll start to smell. And
oh yeah, that's true. Yeah,
it's like when you know you're wearing that mascot suit every day at Disney World or something. You know, I'm sure that they don't have just one Winnie the Pooh suit. You know,
hopefully not.
Yeah. There's yeah, it'd be like one, and then all like eight women that play Winnie the Pooh have to wear it every day, you know, or something. So yeah, it'd just be like usually women playing those types of characters. So hate to break the illusion, you know. Yeah, especially when Chip or Dale hit on me and grabbed my ass when I went there as a teenager.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I hear this female voice and she's like, "You're cute."
Oh my!
And they grabbed my butt, and I'm like, I was like 14 or 15 or something at the time,
dude,
maybe younger. Yeah, I was just like, this is creepy as fuck.
That's not just creepy; it's literal sexual assault.
I know, but
like,
but really, at the time, I was just like in shock and didn't really do anything. So you know,
well, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
That's why they go after younger.
Yeah.
Because they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or they feel embarrassed, or you know, or
I might have even been younger. I might have been like 12 or 13.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
that is. I'm sorry, man. That happened. That's fucking. I mean, I know it's not like the level of like.
Yeah, I mean, and of course, at the time, I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking, hey, somebody thinks I'm cute, because I'm just going through, you know, that stage where you're starting to discover women. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they do that, because they know.
I mean, certainly after that, I had a similar situation where I was vending out at the baseball team, the Mud Hens. No, I wasn't at the Mud Hens game, but it was like at that same stadium during this Lucas County Fair that they would have every year, and there was like this cheerleading competition. This wasn't as weird because I was probably like 14 or 15 at the time. I was like a freshman, I think, in high school, probably like 15. And this, I think, I want to say like older cheerleader girl, and these were teenagers anyways too, you know, like high school girls, did the same thing. Grabbed my butt and told me I was cute.
What the heck, dude?
I know, it's happened to me twice in my life.
Maybe you just had like really good butt for some reason.
I think I did. But also on top of that, you know, all of my adult life, when I would love for something like that to happen, doesn't happen.
Well, of course not. You know, it's always got to be at the wrong time and with the weirdest people possible.
Yeah.
Like, you know, why would it be normal in any sense of the word? You know, it's got to be as traumatic as possible. You know, that's the way of the world now. So
yeah.
Or for the past 30 or so years.
Yeah, I was gonna say the way of the world in the 90s as well, or whatever, the early 90s.
Well, it's just progressively worse, you know.
So, anyways, back to She-Hulk.
Back to She-Hulk.
Someone who's never gonna grab your ass without permission.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because she cares about consent.
Yeah. And she knows the legal ramifications of this situation too. So basically, we have this situation where they're getting their flirt on, at the bar. Matt gets called away, and then Jen gets a call from this Todd guy, that losery guy, who's obsessed with her.
But apparently rich,
and basically just takes her to dinner to let her know, also because he's worried about getting sued, that he has a Wakandan spear made out of vibranium. And and then he does the whole like Wakanda Forever thing.
Ugh.
Really creepy. And he says he's being sued because it's cultural appropriation, and they stole it was stolen by colonizers from Wakanda. Which is, it's really interesting that this happens this same week that Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, the whole episode that he did this past weekend was about that topic, about how all these museums and galleries around the world have stolen artwork and artifacts and stuff from different cultures.
Yeah, I mean it's literally stolen. Like, but with Matt though, not Matt, with Todd, I even compare myself to this guy. Ugh. Yeah. Todd, he's super rich, but like, how was it stolen? Because I thought Wakanda's supposed to be like the most powerful nation on Earth, the most technical. Like, how could it even be stolen?
It was stolen by colonizers, so it could have been that it was like because Wakanda's in Africa, so it's near other African areas. So it could have been that maybe it was left behind in a war.
Okay.
And then they stole it, but it still belongs to these people. Just like the sad thing is I recommend everybody watch that episode of Last Week Tonight, because they show things like where there's like Native American like tapestry and I don't know what all you want to call it, but like artifacts from Native American culture that these museums are saying that, oh, we're putting it in these museums so more people can see it, but most of this stuff has been sitting in the basement storage of museums for decades.
Right.
Where no one can see it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, yeah.
I mean, they're just trying to save face, or like the other thing too that always kind of freaked me out was like when they would name like military weaponry or something after Native American stuff, like the Apache helicopters. It was just like almost like their way of like they have this twisted view. All right, so like I know it's another tangent. I'm sorry, but this is like they have this twisted view where like they have like this weird like begrudging respect for like the conquered. So like they're like, oh, they fought valiantly but we beat them, but like we're gonna name our stuff after that. It's just like a weird.
Well, it's the same thing like the Cleveland Indians or the Washington Redskins or something, where they take a name that neither one of those names were even appropriate for those people, and put them onto their teams. And same thing, like a lot of colleges have now started changing their names, but used to be like the named after whatever Native American tribe was in that area of the college. Like, we built this college on the land we stole from this Native American tribe, so we're going to name our mascot of our football team after them.
Yeah, it's just really, it's like super bizarre and like, but like they try to couch it in terms of like, we're not doing this to like insult them. We're doing this to like pay them honor and respect. It's like, you know what? One way of honoring and respecting them could have just been like to not kill them. Like that would have been one.
Or pay them back somehow because your ancestors did that to them.
Yeah,
it's like people just don't understand that.
In a different context, it kind of reminds me of Gangs of New York, where every year Bill the Butcher like does tribute to the guy he killed.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? It's just a weird, like, people are weird, dude. Like, I don't know what else to say.
Well, it's kind of the trophy sort of thing too, in a way. I mean, even though it's not a physical trophy, but it's also like we conquered this land, or these people, so we're gonna name our sports team or our helicopter after them. Right. And it's kind of like when a serial killer is like, oh, I'm gonna collect the pinky fingers from all the women I killed or whatever. It's like it's kind of a weird,
right?
Yeah.
But that's usually just like a way of like memento or domination. Yeah. But like people also mix in that like they're also doing it for respect. So it's like a combination of these people we're gonna name our shit after them to like humiliate them, but also we're doing it because we respect them for being brave and fighting valiantly. It's such a
it's the same thing. I mean, Jeffrey Dahmer could make the same argument or something, about the people he killed. Like, oh, I wanted to save these mementos of them because
right.
because they fought valiantly when I killed them. And
this one right here, this one was really tough. This one I almost thought I'd lose. It's just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, people are weird, man. Anyway, sorry.
So it's weird tangent, but anyways, so basically but what's going on here with this is like, it's got to be this thing, like, some people are saying that it's got to be like a red herring, like he has nothing to do with this King Hulk thing or whatever. But they needed vibranium to be able to get a needle to get blood from Jen. Those people on that message board. Right. So if he has some vibranium from Wakanda, and he's obsessed with She-Hulk, I'm wondering if he's part of that group or if it's just, it could be just a misdirect.
Well, I would say it's a misdirect because why would he be showing her all of this if he, I mean, like, one thing, I mean, like, there could be it could be like a double misdirect. I don't know.
Or there are a lot of times though where like assholes like to kind of like rub it in your face in sly ways, basically to kind of like just tip their hat of like, oh, I've got this here, and then right, but then later, at least a lot in TV shows. I don't know about in the real world, but so.
Well, yeah, but
or movies like in a James Bond movie where Dr. No will like reveal to Bond his whole plan.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't want to know what my whole plan. Yeah,
yeah.
Or he could just be showing off, like you said, because he's got this weird fetish for She-Hulk, and then
and he's just like, hey, look at me, I can afford this.
I
can afford this really cool weapon here, Yeah.
And then he even said too, like, he wished he had vibranium to test if it would pierce her skin. So it's like,
yeah,
kind of a weird, like, got a weird cutting fetish now too, which is weird.
Yeah, or I mean, he could it could just be a whole red herring, Yeah.
But it could be like a double red herring. What I'm trying to say is, what if he, even though he is kind of like a douchebag, what if he is a part of this group, but he's doing these subtle hints to try to like warn her, like, without telling her, because maybe he's being bugged or whatever and can't. So maybe I mean, I doubt it, but I'm just wondering.
Yeah, it could be. I just don't know if they're not to say anything bad about Marvel's writing, but I don't know if they're clever enough to do that. Okay. So we'll see. It might be too much for something to be revealed in the last episode, but we'll see next week. But anyways, we have that weird scene there, but then she gets a call from Patillo, aka Leapfrog, that he's being chased by somebody and needs her help. So she goes to that. That's after she ends up, she gets home from the weird quote unquote date with Todd.
Right.
Because she basically she's just basically like, I gotta go. I'm billing you for the whole hour.
Yeah, he called babe and everything. It's like, dude.
Yeah. Get a hint.
Yeah, not her boyfriend.
I'm sure if you're a nice enough guy, you could find somebody yourself that's not, a Hulk, that you can love. Anyways, there's this like unknown assailant trying to take on Leapfrog. He's driving down the road trying to get to his super secret hideout that everybody knows about.
Yeah.
He calls it super secret, but it's his famous hideout that is super secret.
Yeah, okay. Called the Lily Pad, of course.
Yeah, and we also see later that it's got like a big neon sign above it that's got the name on it.
I mean, hey, it could just be like people think it's like a restaurant or like a
but it's like,
pub or.
But I think he's like, because that's where it gives me this whole thing. It's like kind of like how Batman has his Bat Cave. and we do know that the DC characters are characters in comic books within the MCU.
Yeah.
From previous, mentions of things. So this could be his way of like, Batman has a hideout. I need a hideout, but I'm so stupid. I'm going to make my hideout like not really hidden.
Like not even close to being hidden. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, what an idiot. But
yeah.
I mean, like, seriously, dude.
Yeah. And then he but anyways, we end up finding out that the other assailant is Daredevil. And he gets in this big fight with Jen. We find out that she's we find out in the end because she stops him from like basically being able to use his hearing, his sonar sense sort of thing, by doing her clap thing.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and she takes off his mask and realizes that it's Matt Murdock, and then they have this like nice little like talk here, and then she helps him fight, ends up releasing. We find out that Leapfrog has kidnapped Luke Jacobson and is making him make him a suit. So we go down into the lily pad, and they release Luke, and basically in the end, Luke says that they're even, and that he'll make her dress for her. So then we have like this little scene on top of the building where Matt and Jen are flirting with each other, and then says, hey, maybe next time I'm in town I can take you out to dinner. And then she just basically says, well, how about, and then we cut to them basically about to have sex in her apartment. And right. then Matt's doing the whole walk of shame the next morning, carrying
himself.
Yeah, carrying his boots, and walks down the street.
Why did we call it the walk of shame? He didn't seem very ashamed.
No, it's just the old term, that people have for that. Yeah. So then we get a scene with Nikki coming in, basically saying that it's like the whole like we got to get ready for this awards gala, but we get probably the coolest breaking of the fourth wall, where Jen is basically like, "Why are you guys still here? I thought we had a conclusion to this episode." And then she keep going. Yeah, and so we get to the awards show, and we realize that there's not just one female lawyer of the year, but like 6.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. I was like,
it's basically like they're basically almost like just kind of implying that it's like, oh, one's not good enough. We gotta, I don't know what they're, you know what I mean? It's like trying to downplay women and stuff at the same time.
Like reminded me of like Miss America or something like that, or
yeah,
like, just weird.
And then they are asking weird questions on stage, and and one of the other winners is Mallory Book as well. And she basically says, the main thing that she hates about, this sort of thing is that, people always ask how hard it is to be a female lawyer,
Right.
Tired of that question. Yeah. But she's accepting the award, Jen is, and then behind it, the intelligentsia, interrupt it with a broadcast, which smears Walter's reputation by displaying footage of her in bed with Josh. And then it really pisses her off. She goes on this rampage in destroying the gala stage and the big TV screen behind her. And then trying to track down this intelligentsia member who kind of looks like he could be Todd. To me, but like with a hat on. I don't know. She apprehends. What's that?
A Todd hat instead of a top hat. A Todd hat.
Oh yeah, gotcha. And then Yeah. Or maybe it's the Todd from Scrubs to bring that
the
back.
Todd. Yeah, I was thinking about that.
No.
I don't know. The Todd reformed himself later on. He became more of a feminist. So
yeah,
it took like 8 seasons, but
like it does. And but anyway, she ends up being apprehended by the DODC at the end, and then the coolest thing at the end there is they have her look at the camera, like gives this look like what's going on to us, which I think is kind of interesting.
Because she actually finally went into full rage mode.
Yeah.
Didn't know, because like the way she was growling and stuff, like she, like, and that kind of proved, Bruce's point. Like,
yeah,
like you think that you're in control of this, but like
you're not.
You
always,
haven't really been tested yet to the point of, like, because she was always arguing, like, well, I'm a woman and I have to deal with this every day and all this stuff, and it's like, yeah, but you still haven't snapped yet. You still haven't, because I could see it in her eyes, like she was not herself. Like she.
Yeah, and then she looks at us at the camera at the end there too.
That was after she came to, like,
yeah,
oh shit.
And she's just like, what did I just fucking do? Sort of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you had all these guys or these people with now they got the new weapons where they can incapacitate super people, like the
inhibitors.
Ms. Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah. The DODC, which I'm not sure. They must operate in different parts of the country now, or just send them the weapons. I don't know.
And I think they're everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, at least probably in all big cities.
Yeah.
So that's where we end. And we don't get again another mid-credits scene.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, God damn! Like we've had 3 or 4 episodes without one. I'm like, come
on. I kind of understand why this one wouldn't have one. So yeah, hopefully things wrap up nicely next week on the season finale.
Hopefully next week will be like a 40-minute long episode or something like that to kind of wrap it up. But
who do you have any clue who you think is behind all this?
Well, I do have a couple theories. It could just be a misdirect that Josh might be the character name as Hate Monger, who is just working alone because he just hates women.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and he just wanted to.
But he did text somebody.
Well, yes, right. He did text someone named Kane Hulk.
Yeah.
So I don't know, because there's different stories. Like there's the Red Hulk. I don't really know much about this. I don't know if that's
the Red Hulk is Ross. Is
Ross.
General Ross.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he turns into the Red Hulk. At least one of the versions of the Red Hulk. Yeah.
But there's also Gray Hulk, which I'm not really sure what that is.
That's just another version of Bruce.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping it's not Kingpin. I mean, I know they brought him in, but you do have the Daredevil connection, so I don't know.
I mean, my main thing against that is the fact that he's more New York based.
Yeah, but he still might have some kind of, stretching out, power wise, because guy named Kingpin, I don't think he's necessarily willing to settle on one city or one part. But he's got ambitions, so
I mean, he could be. I don't know. I'm just wondering if we get some kind of conclusion with Bruce and find out anything there, what's going on with him, or if we're gonna have to wait until one of the movies to find out where he is, as well. So.
Oh, I'm just trying to think of, or it could be Emil the whole time that he wants the.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Could be a good.
But
twist.
I hope not.
I hope not. But it would be a predictable twist. Either that or another predictable one would be Todd.
Yeah, it could be Todd. Plus,
or maybe it's her boss at work for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, because it did seem interesting that he immediately wanted to hire her after losing the case, and who knows, maybe he orchestrated Titania to do that. Maybe not necessarily through painting her, but just getting all the chess pieces in motion for that to happen. And Yeah, I don't know. Really, I think they've done a good job of keeping this under wraps. 'Cause sometimes you can sort of tell who you think might be the,
Yeah.
and like for me, like for WandaVision, for
Oh, you know that
example,
you knew the whole time it was Agnes or Agatha or
I
whatever.
had an
So yeah,
idea that
yeah.
she was played some role in this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even when everyone was talking about Mephisto,
Yeah,
like, yeah, well, maybe she's working for Mephisto, or maybe she's working with him, or
yeah.
whatever. But yeah, with this show, I'm really stumped. I mean,
And,
Josh
and
is
that's
definitely
a good thing,
involved.
you know. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Josh is definitely involved in some way, and probably Todd, or Todd just could just be a weird dude with a fetish with a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Um, could be Emil, could be her boss. That's the other thing I like, or hell, even Pug. He
Yeah,
hasn't
that's
been in the
another
last
thing.
few episodes,
Yeah,
so um, that would be a good twist, right? Because in the comic books, he's a good guy, but they could change it.
yeah.
You know,
It could be
he could be like,
maybe Mallory's behind the whole thing somehow. I
well,
don't know.
that's the other two, because so it's like, or fuck, even Nikki, her
Yeah.
paralegal. That would
Mm-hmm.
be the most heartbreaking of all,
Yeah.
though. I would really hate it if they went that way, because like her best friend, or fucking Ched, because Ched is always like in all these episodes, he's just like her random cousin. And am I wrong, or is there a
Yeah.
comic
Did
book?
you know I missed something when he was a DJ at that wedding?
Yeah,
His shirt said he's the Incredible Hulk.
yeah, I saw that. He called himself that too.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
So I mean, he was
Yeah.
just doing that for a pun, but still, it's like,
Yeah.
I
I doubt it would be Ched. That'd be a weird one. But
it would,
it could
but
be. Who knows? Maybe it's her dad. I'm joking.
no, it's not her dad. Don't throw
Cousin
what's his
Larry.
name? Yeah, don't throw cousin Larry under the bus.
Uh,
You know what they should do? They should introduce Balky at the end of it, and he's the one that's like killing this entire time. He's
Bronson
like, yeah, my
Bronson
cousin from
Pinchot comes in. Yeah.
my cousin from Sokovia just moved here. He's actually behind it. We're doing Perfect Strangers Part 2. We're doing a tie-in. You know,
It's a
Marvel.
Marvel spin-off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Marvel spin-off of Perfect Strangers reboot. What
That would
the
be
hell?
interesting. Any final thoughts here before we wrap things up?
Um, Not much, but I was thinking about something, because you used to ask me for a while back, like if I had anything to promote or
Oh
whatever,
yeah, sure. Go ahead.
and we kind of stopped doing that, probably just because we just forgot about it or whatever.
Yeah.
But there is a channel that, plus two, obviously my mashups, which you can find on my music page, or I can upload them onto a different page, because I kind of keep my page somewhat secret, but
Yeah.
more and more, so I'm keeping it less of a secret. But actually, there's a channel that I've watched for a couple of years now that I don't know why I've never recommended. It's called the Council of Geeks YouTube channel,
Okay.
and lots of cool videos about stuff that's going on, like within comic book series or movies or whatever, culture, cultural wars stuff, unfortunately. um just let you know, um she is transgender, so if anyone has a problem with that, don't watch the channel and then get all worked up or whatever. But and, but yeah, there's lots of good they actually did more pronouns are she they, so I guess you could interchange
Yeah.
however you want to
And
say it.
what was the name of the channel again?
It's called the Council of Geeks, and the reason why it's called that, because there's like a 55-minute long video that she just posted like a couple days ago, like going through the whole history of that channel, and how it's like morphed, like evolved like 10 different times over time. It literally started off as like a scripted TV sitcom that they wanted to make with like friends, like way back in like 2005, and then it like just evolved into like these short little comedy sketches, and then it evolved into like talking about different things, and that's why they called it the Council of Geeks, because there was like two or three other
So
people that were like at
there was
like a round table.
more than one before. Oh, okay.
What's that?
More than one person before. Okay.
Yeah, and and then she just kept the channel that name, but even in the logo, you still see the other guys. And she said, I just left it there because they're a part of the history of this channel. I see no reason to leave them out of the logo or whatever. But like really, really good. Like she's got really good thought provoking videos, like where there's a lot of nuance, a lot of I would say less reactionary content. So if you're looking for like Jeremy on a drunk rampage, it's not the right channel for you. I'm not going to say his channel.
I'll be sure to put a link to that in the show notes.
And another channel is called Jesse Gender.
Okay.
Which is similar. And that's Jesse, I think, spelled. I always forget if it's an IE or an E. You'll probably find it anyway if you just search her on YouTube. But and that's a similar channel, but it's a little bit different. But it's kind of a similar vibe going on. But yeah, those two channels I've been watching. Very nuanced arguments and points.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because they always say it. Trans people are so wild and can't have a conversation with. Well, they're the channels that have the most nuance. Whatever.
Yeah, I'll definitely link those in the show notes so people can check them out. Yeah, we'll have to do this more often. More suggestions and promoting other people's stuff that we find cool. Yeah. Anything else before we wrap things up here?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I just got to say, people, something else I want to promote. Check out our YouTube channel as well. Hopefully, eventually, we'll be putting some stuff up there too, some more content. Also, check out all2real2.com for all of our links to social media and all the places you can listen to our show. Also, our TeePublic, you can get some cool merch there, and Patreon, another good thing. Also, just yell out into the ether that you really love our show, and maybe that'll somehow do something.
Yeah,
I don't know. Tell people to listen to us. That'd be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, be good to each other, people. Be nice. And remember, we love you. And bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to All Too Real 2 podcast, a Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Hawes. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.